Okay, I've tried this a couple of times to do this the proper way and be like, hi, my name is Marika and welcome to my channel, and I hated it. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk. My name is Marika and I'm taking part in Aardman's Stop Motion 1 workshop over the next 12 weeks, and I decided to film it and share my experience with you, the 2 or 3 people who might watch this. I don't know. In case you don't know what Aardman is, I'm pretty sure you at least know a couple of their films and series, because they are the creators of Wallace and Gromit, Shaun the Sheep, Pirates, Chicken Run. You need to look them up because they do amazing work. My course that I'm taking part of is for stop motion character animation. And as mentioned, the course is 12 weeks long. And just to give you a rough overview of what's happening, we have one live lecture every morning over Zoom with Mark Hughes, who is one of the co-owners of Aardman, and he's like the nicest person on earth. And afterwards we get our task for the week, our animation task. And each of us participants are from all over the world, and I think we're about 35-ish. And we each got a personal mentor assigned, and they're all animators from Aardman, who are actively working at the moment in the industry and have been for many years, which is super cool. So basically, after the live lecture on Wednesdays, they upload pre-recorded masterclasses made from the mentors or Peter Lord, for example, and they show us how to do this week's task. By the end of the week, we each have our personal Zoom meeting with our mentor, where we get feedback from them and can just talk about everything you want to know, I guess. I don't know, I haven't had my first meeting yet. I know they give us feedback and tell us what we can do better, and we can just literally ask anything we want to know. This is the biggest reason why I applied for this course, because usually when you do online courses, you do not get a one-on-one Zoom call meeting with one of the biggest animators and like your role model. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be worth it. So far so good. I think it's good we're starting with a really simple task, because I'm already nervous about just moving a coin from left to right, and I know I can do it, but I'm just really nervous about it, and I think it's gonna be easier for me once I did one task that went well and I talked to my mentor about it, and it turns out surprisingly he's really nice. And yeah, I think I just need 1 week to just calm down. As you can kind of see in the background, I started setting up for the first task. I'm gonna finish doing this later, then I start animating and take you along with me. Oh, so exciting! Marika's moving a coin. Yay. Oh, I am so awkward. Yeah, these were just the very basic information about the course. If you have more questions, I'm happy to answer them. And I'm obviously gonna talk more about the course itself and the people involved over the next couple of weeks as we go on with the animation. I will not show you any live lectures, master classes, videos from Aardman, videos of footage from any other participants, or anything like this. So if you want to know what exactly the videos look like or what they show us and teach us, I obviously am not going to do this. But I am going to talk about the tasks, I'm going to talk about my experiences with the people from Aardman, and I'm gonna take you along on the journey from being a really basic stop motion animator to hopefully a better one. I don't know. Okay, I'll stop talking now. I'll put Aardman's information in the description box if you're interested in looking them up, and finish setting up for the first shot, and then we'll see each other. No, we're not gonna see each other. You're gonna see me. Whatever. On to the animation part. Oh, and a little disclaimer, do not expect these videos to have pretty lighting setups or good looking backgrounds, because I just don't have the time to do it. Or better said, I'd rather use my time for animating than making this look pretty somehow. Okay. Hello. Okay, so here you can see me setting everything up. Pretty much the first thing I did was to hang up the Coraline illustration my friend made for me, because I love it, and you know, stop motion. Nothing too exciting is happening here. I'm just putting together my soft boxes that I've had for many years, and they went through a lot during uni. This went on for a while, and then I went on and unpacked my power adapter for my camera that I bought, because trying to do stop motion with a rechargeable battery in your camera is just a nightmare. And since the first task this week is to animate a coin, I'm putting the camera on my table facing down. I was of course listening to music while I was setting up, and when I went through this footage, I just kept shaking my head and face palming because I'm such a nerd. Okay, this is completely off topic now and has nothing to do with stop motion. But if you can tell me where this music is from, we have to be best friends. And this is me over dramatically and very embarrassingly listening to this is what you call a honeymoon. Pacing on separate rooms. Love a man you hate. say running some more elaborate moves. We do. Oh God, why am I like this? Okay, moving on. Here I am trying to set up Dragon Frame and connecting my camera with my laptop. And I also make sure that the room is completely dark when I animate. So I put black cardboard over my windows. I don't even want to know what my neighbors think I'm doing in here over the next 3 months. So let's just move on to the first crisis of the day, trying to set up this whole thing. Okay, so here's an update of my setup, which didn't quite work. I used my softboxes. Like I've done before with stop motion, I'd never had any problems, and the picture started flickering. So I exchanged these bulbs, which were in my softboxes, with LED lights, which are not as bright at all. But it's working. I just did a test. I mean, don't look at the animation itself, but at least you can see. Okay, now it's flickering on this screen, but believe me, it's not flickering anymore. And I can actually start animating my first task, which is moving a coin from left to right with ease in and ease out. Kind of like this, but nicer. Alright, so this is where we're at the moment. Got my coin. This I need to fix because it's just falling apart. Yay, being a broke-ass animator. Don't worry, this is not my proper setup. This is just for this 1 second tiny animation. Next week we get a different task. Then I'm gonna actually tape and glue the camera and the lights to the ground just to make sure that they move. And I will make sure my wires are not hanging around like this, but it's fine for now. The coin was throwing a shadow, which I didn't like at all. So I went for indirect light, aiming the lights up the ceiling so that the lights would bounce back and not throw any shadows. Okay, and my last attempt at doing a setup. Spoiler alert! This was not my last attempt because something went wrong again. This is what it looks like now. Looks good. Let's start. Wow! So then I was finally able to start animating, and I thought to myself, yes, now I can just power through without any interruptions. It's stupid, but it's already so much fun. Yay! Oh god, such a nerd. Oh yeah, my light always turns off when you're not moving in front of it, so I just really need to get some lights. I started to notice a really weird noise, like a sizzling. And I realized it's coming from my power outlet. And then... Oh, shit, there's water coming out of my freaking lights. Oh! Oh, God, so what the hell? Okay, there's water in my outlet. He's trying to kill me, isn't he? I don't know if you can see this right now. Tried to build me a lamp just now. And I just heard a really weird noise, like... And looked, and there's water coming out of there. I just want to animate! Okay, I'm gonna have to bring this downstairs to him and ask him why he's trying to kill me. So then I ended up using my bedside lamp. And finally could just animate. Yeah, and that's what I did for the next couple of hours. So the exercise was move a coin from one side to the other and use ease in and ease out. So make it go slow, fast, slow. And the second exercise was to move the coin with even spacing from left to right. I also decided I wanted to try a couple more things out. So I tried animating on ones, I tried different speeds, I tried adding anticipation to the slide, then I added a rotation of the coin itself while it's going from left to right, until I was happy with my result. And I did this over the course of 2 days. The first day I finished everything and I was pretty happy with my animation. I'm done, I'm happy, it's good. But then I woke up the next morning and thought to myself, I can do better than this. And then I went on and animated for a couple of more hours. just to make sure I'm really happy with my animations. And as you can see right now, I tried to give myself a couple of minutes just to try something out, but I didn't really like it at all, so I didn't put any effort in it, and I just completely tossed the idea. It was a stupid idea. If you're not doing it properly, Marika, don't do it at all. Yeah, and then I just kept animating, and here are all my animations that I didn't like and the reasons why I didn't like them. This was my very first attempt, and I didn't like it because I wanted it to go all the way to the right and not just halfway. Also, there's a little jiggle at the end and the lights are flickering. Here I think the coin is rotating a little bit too fast in comparison to the actual distance it's going. This was my first attempt at trying to add anticipation in the beginning, but I think it was just too subtle. My third attempt, I think, is the worst one because the spacing is all wrong. It looks just very choppy and not smooth at all. This was me trying to animate on ones, but as you can see, it's just way too quick, and it's almost like the coin is disappearing in the center. I'm about to have my first feedback session with my mentor, who is Darren Thompson, by the way. And I'm really nervous. I know I don't have to be because nothing bad is gonna happen. He's gonna be really nice, just like all the rest, and there's nothing that could happen that's really bad. But I'm still very nervous, and I don't know why. It's just me being weird, and it's not like Aardman made me feel like I have a reason to be nervous. Not at all. Yeah, but I just can't help it. I think it's gonna be better after we've met for the first time. Then it's just like you expected, everything is great. And maybe next week I'll be more calm. I don't know, we'll see, I guess. Here's the video that I sent to my mentor, and the first one is just the basic ease in, ease out, left to right, and nothing else added, because that was the actual task. And as mentioned, the second task was moving the coin in even spacing. So then I was finished with the actual task, and then I added some more stuff to it. This is a very slow rolling back and forth of the coin. Then I added anticipation to the coin to give it force. And here I animated on ones because I wanted to see the difference in the look and the animating itself. I'm not really sure yet if I prefer animating on ones or twos. I know that Aardman is always animating on twos, and Leica, for example, is always animating on ones, and it's just a stylistic choice. One is not better than the other, it's just a matter of what fits the style best. And here is the little drop that I animated. I did it. I just had my first one-on-one mentor feedback session with Darren, and he's super nice. I mean, it's not a surprise, but yeah, it went well, and I really like that he asked me a lot of questions how I approach animating. It was really nice talking to him and hearing his feedback, and yeah, like I said, him being interested in the way I do things. The feedback sessions are always 15 minutes long, and it went by like this. And I just have to make sure when we get into character animation, which I'm not experienced in, a little bit, but not really. I mean, I can move a puppet, but I don't feel like I have control over how it moves, if that makes any sense. I just want really honest feedback. I mean, I'm happy when they like my animations, but I'd rather have them tell me like, this and this and this and this is shit, do it better, this is how you do it, do it. But I'm sure once we get to know each other better, he'll know he can be honest with me and doesn't have to be too nice, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's Tuesday night right now, and tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. we'll have an online Zoom lecture with Mark Hughes again, and I don't know what he's going to talk about, we'll see. And right after that we get a new task for the week. So during the next week I'll be busy with trying to animate the coin with a mixture of 1 and 2s. And with a new task. I think it might be bouncing balls, I'm not too sure. I'll figure that out tomorrow morning. Yeah, that has been week 1 of the Stop Motion 1 workshop experience extravaganza, super exciting stuff. I already know that this video will be all over the place. Just bear with me if you want to know more about the course, and I might get a little bit more organized and comfortable in the future. Or maybe the complete opposite and these videos get worse and worse. I don't know, but I can't really promise anything, because as the weeks go on, the animation task will be harder and more time consuming, and I definitely don't want to put more time on making these YouTube vlogs than actually animating. Thanks for watching this mess of a video, and I'll see you next week.